The debut heard around the world.
Let's talk about everything that's happened since Travis took the stage with Taylor.
Welcome to Hits Different. I'm Ryan, and that's Molly, and we've got to talk about it.
You guys have been dying for Ryan's thoughts ever since you saw Travis jump on that stage, and we honestly haven't even really talked about it that much between the two of us. We've been saving it for the pod. You were watching the live stream, as was I, but I think you looked away right when Travis jumped on the stage.
Literally. But then I was like, oh my God, Travis was on the stage. What is going on? I feel like it was a delayed reaction for everyone.
The crowd got so loud, but it took them 30 seconds or a minute to realize what was happening. It's wait, there's three people. Who's the third person? It's Travis. He's carrying her. What?
It's like the surprise song phenomenon all over again, where you're singing it and you're like, what is it? What's this song? And you're like, it's Travis.
It's Travis. Oh, we're so excited to talk about this debut of Travis on the Eras tour. There's so much has happened, even just since that moment. The New Heights episode has dropped. Travis did an interview with another podcast that had some good Taylor nuggets. And we have some clowning in today's episode.
Always clowning when I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah, ever since Taylor hard launched them, it's been full throttle.
Oh.
But really, though, it has. It's I feel like Taylor always has these stints of just where it's nonstop. And right now, that's her about her and Travis. And it's photos, post, podcast, all the things.
Yes, I saw a really funny tweet that someone in the US was I'm scared to go to sleep. I feel like I might miss something. And then someone in Europe was Americans, go to bed. It's our turn now. We will take watch of what might happen overnight. It's so funny. I'm we're all just what's coming next? Because after Travis went on the stage, we're is Taylor going to post about this? Is it going to make the London Post? And it did.
And not just the post, but we got two photos, and the cover photo was of them. So it was really sending a message.
A full video, too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was a Scott Swift special that he was just in the back recording the whole thing. And she's thanks, Dad. I'm going to post that later.
I know. I saw it and I was babe, there's so many better videos on TikTok. Why did you use the worst angle? You can't even see what's happening.
When I recorded the recap, there were a couple of things that I hadn't seen yet that we need to talk about. One is that Travis ran straight back to the VIP tent and did a little dance in front of Andrea and kind of gave her a hug. And then there's another clip of Scott Swift talking to some of the crew, and he's just wow, I can't believe that just happened. It's just so cute to see the family all in on it.
Do you think they knew? I'm wouldn't that have been fun if he was I'll be right back? And then that would be crazy. That's what I would do.
He got to the stage being hidden under a willow cloak.
Right. Yeah, I was asking you if because the video, he was pretty low. Because obviously if he was walking, you'd be okay. Was he on a cart, or how did he, or was he just
I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that during But Daddy I Love Him, Paul McCartney went out and started dancing with Swifties, and I think that was the cover. I think that Travis was able to sneak out during that distraction. It was, how are we going to get Travis out of the VIP tent? And Paul McCartney's hold my beer. I got this.
Dang. That's when he was dancing with the people. When people are oh my God, Paul came out to dance. It's wow, that's so smart. So smart. Imagine being at the barricade and being what the heck is that? You would have seen him walk right in front of you, but you'd have no idea what was about to happen. No idea. Yeah.
No idea. Apparently, they rehearsed it the night before. They had one rehearsal. That's it came out in an article afterwards. The other thing that I totally forgotten is that in Paris, everyone made fun of Travis for recording part of the show and having his flash on. And it was so easy to tell because it was dark. There was a roof. It was dark. That was the part he was recording. So it's how long have they been planning this?
It was an Easter egg that we didn't know about, per usual. I'm going to record this and study this.
This is when she takes her dress off. This is what I'm going to touch her face up with the makeup, which he missed his cue.
And I also remember when you were like, oh my God, did you see what just happened? And it was like, oh, Travis is on the stage. I remember someone like teasing or joking about like Travis coming out on the stage to do something and it would be part of like an announcement. And then this happened and I was like, wow.
I had seen a lot of people joking because he is like learning all the lyrics, doing the choreography in the VIP tent. So people were like, just put him on stage. And it was like, okay, like, we can do that.
What am I going to do? Have a tour that has all 10 of my albums and be like, what would that be? Like 3.5 hours long? It's like, same idea. What am I going to do? Just like bring Travis out and like, he's going to perform. Okay.
So Cam, one of the dancers, posted about this afterwards. And it's so cool because he was saying how it's just like a full circle moment because he went to Chiefs games because his younger brother played for the Chiefs. And so he knew Travis and was around the Chiefs before Travis and Taylor dated. So he was posting about how it was just this cool full circle moment for their family that now he was on stage like with Travis at the Eras tour. And then Travis commented on it. It's just so sweet.
I know. I had no idea that Cam's brother played on the Chiefs. So it's like the smallest world out here. Very exciting times to be within Taylor's circle because all the people that she has around her are doing really cool things.
I know. Okay, so on top of just that moment, ever since there have been so many other things that we're getting. It's like, here, take your Tavis pill on the regular. We're just gonna keep feeding you the content. So we got 10 minutes of Travis talking about Taylor on the podcast Bussin' with the Boys, and we got the new Heights episode.
Bussin' clips came out like in the middle of the night, like Monday, and it was like, what is happening? And arguably, no, it's the best interview he's had on Taylor, like in terms of what he gave us. He was holding nothing back, and it was like, wow, all right, we are full sending this all the way.
I thought it was really interesting to hear him talk about, when I first started to fall for her, it was just how self-aware she is, but also just like wants to be part of friends and family, like doesn't want to have any special treatment. And her going to the first Chiefs game and just walking through the front door. And it was just so cool to hear that because I remember literally like us thinking that we're like, did she just walk in?
Yeah.
What was the security like? And he addressed that. It was just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna show up, it's fine.
I know, it is funny because when I heard that quote, I was like, wait, has he said this before? Or I feel like I've definitely also been in the position where I've like defended her at, her football game presence and was like, dude, she's just his girlfriend there supporting him, hanging out with the people.
And I also thought that him sneaking Cruel Summer into his top 3, I was like, yes, Travis. He keeps changing his top 3.
I know.
Like every time he's asked, but Blank Space stays number 1 always.
Love that. Love that as a, Blank Space being one of my top songs of all time as well. And 1989 as well. But yeah, Cruel Summer was a surprise. I was like, wait, haven't said that before. But as he mentioned, a lot of it has to do with her opener for the tour and just how freaking epic it is. It's like, if you like that song, cool, but then you see it live and you're like, this song is crazy.
And I like that he specifically mentioned like the first time that I saw her. So like in Kansas City before he ever met her, he was like, the first time that I saw it and everyone went crazy for that song, I was just like, whoa. It's like, yes. And then he was educating them on the Cruel Summer lore because they're like, oh yeah, I don't really like know that song as much because that's like more recent. And he was like, actually, it came out on an album a couple of years ago, but it had a resurgence last summer and then like went number 1. And I'm like, he is one of us now. He's like correcting people. And he's just like, yeah, actually.
Is he the one who keeps it in the top 5 on Spotify? Still there, by the way. Because I still can't believe it.
Travis.
I mean, it changes too. It's been in like the 2nd and 3rd spot forever. I don't even know.
The other really funny thing about that interview was when one of the hosts said Karma was in their top 3. And Travis goes, so does your daughter like know who Karma is? And the guy's like, what? They're about to move on. And then they circle back and it's like, oh yeah, Karma's the guy on the Chiefs. But like, wasn't it Karma's the guy on the screen? And Travis goes, it was. The amount of memes I saw with it was, mic drop.
He's pretty proud of that, as he should be.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first big shift. God, she changed the lyric for him.
Right? We thought that was the most unhinged thing possible. It was like, oh my gosh. She just changed a lyric in her show? This is crazy.
Per usual, just keeps leveling up. Now we're just insatiable and we're like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, she sings the guy and the Chiefs when he's there. Yeah, that's just like common knowledge. What else is going to happen? Now he's performed. It's like, I mean, we have high expectations for this.
We thought that was like the most unhinged thing she could possibly do. And now that she's brought him out on stage, first of all, we're all just like, oh, is she going to do a So Long London and London Boy mashup? And she's like, think bigger. Okay, I'm bringing Travis out on stage and introducing him to the royal family and hard launching him on Instagram. Anyway.
I do still think she's doing that, though, the second leg. I think it'll be the last show of London because So Long London makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying she was like, I have bigger plans. Okay.
I have surprise guests. Literally, she had 3 surprise guests, if you think about it, between Hayley Williams, Gracie Abrams, and Travis.
Do we think, because she phrased it as a debut, is he going to come back and do that bit again? Or where other places should we put Travis into the show? Like, I saw so many funny ideas about this over the weekend.
So I actually literally said this, I don't know if it was out loud or to myself, but when he performed, I was like, okay, is this going to be like how like the guy in the Chiefs, where it's like now every show he goes to, it's like, boop. And also her saying debut, that was intentional. That would be crazy though if instead of the same performance she did just change it up, like Travis was the Easter egg, but then it would be bad because people would start watching the VIP tent and they'd be like, he's gone, oh, he's coming up for whatever.
The funniest one I saw was like, he just needs to be the chair in Vigilante one night.
Oh, that one's good. Okay, that took it to a place I was not thinking. Wow.
What were you thinking?
My head was not down that gutter, but I'm here for that. For once, my head's not in the gutter. Weirdly, all the moments I was thinking about involve her dancer Jan, the really hot one with the abs, and he has so many different roles in so many different songs. And so I was like, I kind of wanted to take him out of the comedic role and put him into kind of like a romantic or like a sexy role. Exploit that body, man, you know?
Like he has the ladder and Lavender Haze and he's just like...
Yes, literally doing Jan's part, and the part where she touches or used to touch the abs, and where he's just walking around in a vest.
Get it off my chest.
Yeah. Or Midnight Rain, or being the one that holds the umbrella would be kind of random and cute.
Yeah.
On the comedic side, he would crush in The Man. He'd be so good. Because they're all so outlandish with their facial expressions. He'd be so good. And Cam's role, and We're Never Getting Back Together, if he said it one time, that would be fun. Especially because him and Cam are bros. Or what if they did a little duo? Double mic sound, I don't know. Or then if you want to be really dramatic, then Jan's part in Fortnite. So
I mean,
but how's his balance though? I feel like he's too much of tall, loafy football player. So maybe not. Yeah,
Fortnite. he can dance, but that's another level of dancing.
Yeah, so maybe not that. But a sexy role, or The Man is definitely top 3 for sure.
I also think before Red, when they roll out that little box and they're the dancers trying to get the crowd hyped, it's what if Travis just popped out of the box?
Oh my god.
Or during Look What You Made Me Do, what if he was in one of the glass cages in a costume and he's
I saw some video about that. It was what was it? It was I think leading up to the one where they put his face over somebody else's, one of her dancers, and it was soon, or when. I
saw one with his face photoshopped on the rep bodysuit, so it's instead of Taylor walking out,
oh my god,
it's boom, boom, boom. It's just Travis.
Right. It goes back to Travis being a part of the rep announcement. It's you just see the video and it's the same bodysuit, but it's clearly a man's legs, with loafers on. Or those shoes with the red bottoms.
That's kind of Deadpool coated.
Oh. And then he just comes out and you're what the f is happening? And Taylor's not even there. And he's can everyone direct their attention to the screen?
They say I did something bad.
The best part is all these ideas are crazy, but all of us would be into all of these ideas. Like,
Right?
no one would be like, oh, it ruined the integrity of the show, or like, this is my first time seeing her and what the hell is going on? Everyone would be like, wow, I was there for that.
I was there.
I was there when Travis did whatever he wants.
Oh, the other really good one would be when she pops up for Style. She has one of the dancers next to her and they kind of like do something in sync. And it's like, what if she and Travis popped up and it was like, dun, 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 dun. Because he's a 1989 guy.
Oh, that's true. He needs to be in 1989. That's true.
Oh, you got to give him a karma jacket. I mean,
oh my
this
God,
is the most
blank
obvious
space.
one.
Blank space. He's riding the bicycles.
Oh.
I don't know how good he is on a bike, but that would be awesome. Actually, yeah, like give the man his moment in his favorite song. Come on. All good ideas, Taylor, if you're listening. All
Balls
these
in your
work.
court.
Yeah.
There was something just so symbolic, though, about him helping bring her back to life.
She died, the smallest man who ever lived. And also like her just whole weekend of just like reclaiming London. London is this place that she loved so much. And now it still is.
She had all of her family and her man like there to rewrite the narrative. We were hoping that the New Heights episode that they were going to talk about it, but they recorded on Saturday. So when we finally got to listen, they did talk about like meeting the royals and Jason and Kylie's first time being at the Eras tour. So we still got some fun family moments, but they're making us hold out. Hopefully they'll talk about it next week.
When they were like, so I don't know if we can talk about this. And I was like, oh my God, are they going to talk about him performing? And then it was about the royals. And I was like, oh, okay. Because again, I also think they would never talk about that because God forbid that got out, then that would ruin the whole thing. Right, so it's like, we can talk about the royals and risk all that, but like we cannot talk about me performing because Taylor will murder me. So smart man.
My favorite part of their like recap of the Eras tour was Jason saying like how he gets emotional seeing the little kid get the 22 hat. He was just like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. And Travis is like, oh yeah, she does that at every show.
And yeah, Jason's like, I never have cried at a show before. And I was like almost in tears. It's like, I'm almost in tears now. I think seeing it in person is different. When we were there in Scotland, it was like seeing it with your own eyes. You're like, okay. Especially when you can watch their reaction before Taylor's even there and just how excited they are and just being like, oh my God, this is wild for them.
Someone got a really good video of the 22 hat and they panned over to the tent and Jason and Kylie are both just like, they have like literal heart eyes. Basically, they're just both looking like, oh my gosh, this is so sweet. Travis also called out like someone in the restaurant was wearing a 13 and he was like, oh, I noticed you're wearing 13. Go, yeah, it's my lucky number. He's like, oh, it's someone else's lucky number. 13 plus 87 just makes sense. I don't know. And I'm like, Ryan, he just put your math in the show.
No, that's not even my math. That's like beyond my math. I didn't know that 87 plus 13 equaled 100.
What?
I mean, okay, I don't say it in a way of like I'm dumb and can't do the math and realize it equals 100. To be fair,
I feel like we've talked about this before.
I don't know. I was doing the 8 plus 7 equals 15. The Alchemy is the 15th track on TTPD. 8 plus 7, 15, even though 15 is Mahomes' number. But I was like, it's all related. And that's what a lot of people were saying. I've never heard the 87 plus 13 equals 100.
Oh my gosh.
Which is crazy because he wasn't there at the 100th show.
Right, but it just means like,
no, I know.
his number and her number are complete out up to 100.
Or like, that's 100.
It's just like fate. Oh, did you catch at the very, very end of the episode? Jason was like, man, I'm tired. I disagree with Taylor. Jet lag is not a choice.
I did not hear that. I wish I'd remembered that quote because, yeah, I've never had jet lag before. And I was struggling for over a week since we got back.
I can't believe we forgot to bring this up before, but with the Bustin' with the Boys podcast, Travis said, that's my lady.
That's my lady. That's my girl. He was like not trying to like hide it, you know? It's my lady. It's my girl.
I'm his lady.
Oh my God, you should see
your faces. It's time to take a trip down Clownelia Street. We'd never walk
Clownelia
Street again. What are we clowning about today, Ryan?
I was like, where's my wig? Another thing outside of all this Tavis stuff that's been going on, which I also feel like, what a red herring Travis has been. You know? He has been red herring it all over the place because this just like, oh, and we've moved on, but I have not. So This last week, Taylor Nation posted on TikTok this fun little challenge they're doing, the Taylor Swift The Eras Tour challenge, where if you search TS The Eras Tour, it will pop up this little banner in TikTok in the search area, and you click into it, and it's this whole thing. It's to unlock virtual friendship beads if you do these challenges. You also get a TikTok frame if you post a video during these time spans. So it's over 12 weeks. 12 weeks. What's happening in 12 weeks? It's like I have my list of things to wait and clown about. You know, since all of our assumptions have been wrong, the 100th show, nah, London, nah, who knows? The numbers are not numbering, and I don't know what's going on. And we all keep saying we're done clowning, and then this stuff just keeps happening. So yeah, so it's 12 weeks long. It ends the week of September 12th. September 12th is the last day of this challenge. And so each week is a different era. So it's going backwards. So we started with TTPD. And next up is Midnights, obviously. Starts on June 27th. So, and each one lasts, I think, like a week, whatever. I haven't counted the days.
Okay.
Counted days, counted miles. See you there. Anyway, the clowning begins, aside from all of that, is if anyone has been to the rep show, they will know the time spent leading up to getting tickets that you had to endure with this whole verified fans thing that they were doing. It's like, oh, if you want a pre-sale code and a ranking that will get you better access to better tickets, you have to do these things and just claim your rank over. It was like over 3 months long. So it was like, watch the Look What You Made Me Do video. If anyone's ever looked and wonders why it has billions of views, that's why. I'm also smart marketing too. It's like, way to just blow up this album. So it was like that. And I literally put the YouTube on and just like over and over, run it through, run it back while at work, just hitting that refresh, baby. If you bought
Wasn't
merch,
there also like a video of her like eating cookie dough?
Yeah, and each one like had its own ranking, I think, or I don't know if they actually told us which one had more clout, but the video was definitely part of the trauma that I remember the most. And then if you bought merch, that would help. That would help a little bit if you got merch. And it's crazy because Molly did not participate in this, which is wild in hindsight, but she wasn't down the rabbit hole. She went to rep, but was not down the rabbit hole at this point.
We used to sit near each other at work when this was happening, and there was someone else who was doing it too, and you guys would like compare notes. And I was like, by the time you guys told me about it, I was like, I'm too far behind. What can I do? Also, like, you were able to get face value tickets like pretty easily without doing anything.
Well, that is the saddest part. I know Molly's like, I didn't do anything, and I had floor seats. So yeah, I didn't know that.
Day.
Yeah, I mean,
you were just securing your spot. It's fine.
I did get the best option, which I would have rided otherwise.
Yeah, you got to buy your tickets like weeks before I did.
But again, Molly still got floor seats. But my tickets the first day were really good. And then, then when we found out you could just go on and buy some cheap resale tickets, no big deal, and level up and I got better seats from the resale. That's neither here nor there, because I also think there was like logic when the Loverfest was happening that the clout that I had gained from the rep tour carried over, because we had tickets to that and never happened.
Yeah, but we got tickets to that because of Alex.
That's right. I forgot.
I know. We were both supposed to have Loverfest boosts, and he ended up being the one that was earlier in the queue, and we were like, what?
Yeah, so basically none of it makes sense, and whatever. All I'm saying, I got really off track there from the trauma of that whole thing. It's giving that Taylor Nation TikTok thing is giving rep AF, and everyone has been saying that. They're like, this is really throwing it back to like, because the challenge for this week, which I imagine they're going to be really similar, was like, Molly, you ended up doing all of the little things.
Yeah, so the Tortured Poets one, it was like a checklist. Make sure you're following Taylor Swift, following Taylor Nation. You have to go watch a video from the Eras Tour. And like, as you clicked into it on TikTok, it would take you to where you needed to go. So it was like, oh, you're already following Taylor Swift. Oh, you're already following Taylor Nation. Oh, you've already watched these videos. And so like literally the like first 6 things we had to do, we were like automatically qualified for. And then I had to just post a new TikTok, and then we got the Tortured Poets bead, and we got a little frame on TikTok that says the Tortured Poets department.
Right. Yeah.
That was our first challenge.
And the funny part is you just have to use the hashtag that they give you for the week. So it's like TTPD, whatever it was this week. And that's how you get the frame. But it doesn't matter what video you post. So people were literally doing the least. And we're like out here just posting a video just to, you know, clown about getting them verified tickets. Everyone's clowning about like it meaning something like so big, like more concerts.
They're like, I'm taking one for the team for the friend group and I'm doing the challenge.
Right. People being like, Taylor really out here making me have to post on TikTok when I'm just usually a lurker. I don't post.
Right.
We're not going to not do it, obviously. I mean, we would do it anyway, you know, for the sake of the pod and all that fun stuff. But like, we want to be eligible for whatever it is. Even though I know Taylor Nation is just clowning all of us. And at the end, they're going to be like, congrats, you got the virtual friendship bracelet. It's like, what do I do with this? Are you going to at least mail me an actual version? Because I guess that would be cool. And I don't know what Molly and I are going to do because we're only doing it on the pod account. Cut it in half and share it. Like, I don't know. And so the other clowning note, or not even note, but dates to know is, so rep is obviously number 6, week 6, and it's July 25th through the 31st. You know, what's ironic, I just thought about it, was coincidentally, Travis's appearance was in the TTPD set, which was the era that we were in this week.
Oh.
Wow. What? Oh my God.
He just goes to the Eras Tour for the next 12 weeks.
Bro.
Forget the football career. He just keeps popping up in whatever era is in the challenge.
Lavender Haze, you're up next, baby.
Dublin, let's go.
I mean, that would be crazy. I'm not clowning that far, but if we were going to say like something was happening in each era, that happened in that era. Like that was a big old thing to happen in TTPD. So like next up is Midnights.
Yeah, in case anyone hasn't caught on to Ryan and my sense of humor, I'm very much joking. I don't think Travis is going to do this. He literally has to be in the States in 2 weeks for like the rest of the year. But a girl can dream. A girl can dream. It's curious that it ends on a Thursday.
Oh.
September 12th is a Thursday. And you know what the Friday is? The 13th.
Okay, Molly's clown. See, she gave me this segment. I didn't even think about that. Dang. I think I did Google the relevance of September 13th.
That was the VMAs September 13th, 2009.
No way.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We talked about this. If
I forgot. I thought it was August 13th.
If you open your note from our way to Scotland when you were spiraling about Kanye's birthday, and we wrote down all the important dates about Reputation, September 13th was the VMAs date when Kanye jumped up on stage with Taylor.
Oh my God, dude. All right.
So
well, it's happening, you guys. Get ready. But I mean, come on.
There will be no explanation. There will just be Reputation. It's like, arbitrary TikTok challenge ends and then, ooh, what if we do the challenge, we get rep early?
Okay. I'm here for that. Dude, I also didn't put the 2 and 2 together that it's giving the rep verified whatever, it's giving rep.
That's where I thought you were gonna go with this.
I don't know, man. My head just like ping pongs around. You're like, get to it. Nope, she missed it. This is why we put the 2, we count them together.
I was literally waiting for you to be like, and it's a Thursday and the next day is the 13th.
Again, I haven't gone that far into it, but I love the surprise factor of you filling in the blanks. It's so much more fun.
I got you.
Yeah, so I think this 13th, which we'd said even before confidently that will be the release date. And yeah, I would love if she just doesn't announce it. The whole, there will be no explanation. There will just be Reputation. Needs to happen.
Notably, there are no shows around this time, actually. Like her last shows in Europe are London, August 20th. And then her next shows are in October in the US.
Sounds like a perfect time for a re-release. And maybe aside from just getting the album, what if like the people who've done this challenge get like something to do with like the rep release? Not a show. Sorry, guys. Even I don't clown that far.
Secret sessions.
Dude, I did low-key think that. I was like... But the problem is her fan base is too big now, so she can't give it to millions of people because most of us are doing this. It's going to be something. But again, it's going to be like Taylor Nation being like, you got a rep floaty. Congrats. Or like just the goofiest thing. They're going to be like, you did it. And we're going to be like, we did this knowing the stakes.
What if the floaty was an inflatable Karen?
That'd be cool. But I don't have a...
For anyone who doesn't know, Karen is the snake from the Reputation 2.
Who's Karen? Karen with a Y, not an E, by the way. Oh my God. Yeah. People just thinking it's just like a angry like white woman blow up. It's like, no, not that Karen. The snake. If you guys want to follow us on TikTok, to follow along over the next 11 weeks, to see the videos that we post for this silly old challenge, you can follow us at It Hit Stiff Pod. And we're going to try to do some creative stuff for each era, especially rep. Gotta do rep. Gotta do rep proud.
Thanks so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who contributed some ideas for us to talk about on the pod on our YouTube community post. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of our subscribers. If you liked this video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned for all of our content to come. We can't wait to see what Taylor does next. Thanks for watching.
Bye.